Justice League Dark number 25, written by J.M. DeMatteis, art by Mikkel Janin. This is part 2 of Forever Evil Blight. I don't think I said last issue was part 1, but it was, and I just realized that after the fact. So, last issue we had Nightmare Nurse helping out Constantine and saying, hey, if you want to do anything big, I grew my own Swamp Thing. So we open up with that, where we see the Swamp Thing. It has like 7 heads, 4 arms. It's huge and it's blue. And Constantine's like, what in the hell is that? And she's like, you know how like you can take a snipping of a plant and then you can grow your own plant? That's what I did. I took a snipping of Swamp Thing and I made my own Swamp Thing. And Constantine's like, he would notice if you took a snipping. He's aware if you pick a dandelion on the other side of the earth. And he's just like, nah, he didn't care. And then all of a sudden, her Swamp Thing starts screaming out in pain. Its stomach swells and then splits open. And out of it comes a itty-bitty normal green Swamp Thing baby. And Nightmare Nurse is like, oh God, I have to save it. I'm a nurse. And she's like, no, that thing's already dead. But the baby, you might want to keep an eye on because it just starts very rapidly growing. And Swamp Thing turns into just normal Swamp Thing, turns to face Constantine being like, hey man, why you doing this? And he's like, what? I didn't do it. She did. And he's like, I'm sorry. So Swamp Thing basically calls him out, says like, yeah, no, every piece of my body has my entire consciousness in it. You took a snipping, you just made more of me. How dare you? I'm gonna kill you with the green. And so he starts flooding them with the green. Nightmare Nurse makes a magic scalpel, which does nothing. And then Constantine's like, well, only one chance out of this. And he touches the door frame to the House of Mystery. And immediately, like, all of the green that was flooding the room is gone. And Constantine is like, all right, I get it. You're pissed at me. We've had our ups and downs, but just hear me out. And Swamp Thing's like, nah, I'll help you. Constantine's like, what are you? I didn't say what we were doing yet. And he's like, look, the green is in trouble because of all the evil in the world. Like, yes, clearly there's an imbalance. And as the avatar of the green, I'm all about the balance. So let's go ahead and work together on that. And Constantine says like, oh yeah, see, we should have just asked him, Nightmare Nurse. This is all your fault. So she blasts Constantine and then they all agree, all right, let's work together. So they get into a little spell circle. And the thing that they're trying to do is find the Justice League Dark. That is the primary goal here. Constantine tried it before, but he didn't have enough power. Now he has the green and some weird medical demon powers that Nightmare Nurse has. So they send out the spell again. But this time, it's fully blocked and it actually ricochets like back at them and shows a bunch of mutated spells which show up as monsters and start like attacking them the same way poisons would. Nightmare Nurse is essentially immune, so she gives some antidotes to Swamp Thing and Constantine. They drink it down and it's just like, okay, we're going to need something else here. And then Constantine comes to the realization, I got it. Let's kill all evil. And they look at him like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, look, during my little peyote trip last issue, I saw that all of the people on Earth have a little bit of evil in them. It's like a blight. It's a disease. If we can just kill that disease, and also it was made worse because of Earth 3, somehow. And they're saying, if we do that, we will win the war against the Syndicate. And they say, okay, but how do you intend to attack something that is inside the body of every single person of the human race? And so they come up with a portal that takes like days to construct, but it essentially allows them to go down into the collective unconscious of not just humanity, but all of the souls that have ever been in the entirety of the universe. And then we stop and we go over to Sea King. Do you know who Sea King is? He is the Aquaman stand-in from Earth 3, who as soon as he came over, he died. Now we see that he is somehow still alive. He's in the ruins of like an underwater city. He comes up out of the ground and says, all right, well, I'm not sure what happens, but I'm here. So then we go back into the collective unconscious and they make their way deeper and deeper until they finally reach the point of like, you know, this is unchecked violence and loathsome urges. Like, this is the worst of humanity down here. And they immediately start choking on the air, pretty much. Nightmare Nurse throws up a protective shield, and then they find this giant storm cloud looking thing, which is Blight. He takes the name that Constantine gave him. He's like, yeah, I like it. It works. And Blight basically chews him out saying, like, you can't fight me. I'm literally the thing that makes humanity humanity. Like, I am at your base level the worst of you. And he looks into Alec Holland and it's just like, you may think that you're pure plant man, but you are still man. And so he strips away the green from Alec. Nightmare Nurse, apparently she's only a nurse because she's trying to atone for some hideous sins that she did, so she's already messed up deep underneath. And when he turns to Constantine, he's like, I don't even have to do anything to you. You're just Constantine. You're already the worst. And he's like, fair enough. So Constantine manages to magically get a staff of lightning, and he jams it into Blight's eye long enough for them to escape back up into the real world. Then we cut over to a new person named Cassandra Kraft, who apparently she's a psychic. She's got some real potential, but she doesn't know what she's doing. And with Forever Evil going on outside, she's kind of just trying to get some answers. Her boyfriend Liam is there, and as they are trying to divine some answers, all of a sudden some demons come out of the ground. They knock out and possibly kill Liam, and then they grab Cassandra and say, hey, the bosses want you, and if they want you, you're uber powerful, so you're coming with us. And they drag her down into hell. So back with Constantine and them after they exit out the portal, he's like, okay, well, if we're going to fight something like that, we're going to need more power. I'm going to find it. So he goes into his room, he shuts the door, a full 12 hours pass, and when he comes out, he's covered in a bunch of scratches and blood and scars. And he's like, okay, I got a plan. We can't take on the evil because we don't know enough about it. So if we want to find out more about it, and they all go into the room, and it turns out it's a portal into the Rock of Eternity, where Constantine has taken the Question, Pandora, and Phantom Stranger, the Trinity of Sin. All of them are prisoners, and they will help out the rest of them, I guess. We've actually already seen this unfold in the last issues of Pandora and Phantom Stranger, but hey, I guess we couldn't get the ordering of the issues right this time around. It's fine. It's okay. It does kind of feel like padding. It does kind of feel like last issue we already established this idea that Constantine wanted to kill all evil, but now he's just definitively saying it. And then not only does he fail once to throw out the spells, he fails twice. It just feels really stretched out for no discernible reason. I think the only thing this issue really accomplished is A, Swamp Thing's on the team, and then B, we're going to show the Trinity of Sin stuff going on, but that didn't need 22 pages to do. That needed like 7. The rest of it was kind of just padding. But hey, we'll see what the Sea King stuff does over Blight. We'll see what Cassandra Kraft is in any meaningful term. All that's brand new. I'm interested still in the story. I forget what the next part is. I think it might be Pandora, but I could be wrong. No, Phantom Stranger. So Phantom Stranger is the next part. So we will see what's going on there. Regardless, this issue, I'll give it just a flat 7. It's fine. It's not great. It's a little bit overstuffed, or understuffed, I guess. Overstretched would be the proper term. But it's perfectly good issue for what it is.